Well, from time to time here on Oklahoma Gardening, we want to share with you, the viewers, some of our research projects that are going on in our horticulture department. And today we're out in some of the turf demonstration plots where we're getting ready for one of our field days coming up in September. And we want to talk today with Dr. Charles Taliaferro. Dr. Taliaferro, welcome to Oklahoma Gardening.
Thank you, Steve.
Dr. Taliaferro is a professor with the agronomy department, and you're actually doing a turf project here in combination with one of our professors from our horticulture department.
That is correct. And cooperate very closely with Dr. Joel Barber and Dr. Jeff Anderson in the horticulture department.
Okay, well, Dr. Taliaferro, tell us a little bit about what we're standing in as far as an experiment or research project and what some of the objectives are.
This is a turf bermudagrass evaluation nursery here in which we're evaluating some of the breeding strains from my breeding program in agronomy. Dr. Barber and Dr. Anderson have major responsibility for the evaluation of the materials as they come out of my breeding program.
Okay, and we're standing on one here, Guyman, which actually has been released from a research project just like that. Is that correct?
Yes, the Guyman bermudagrass variety was released by the Oklahoma Agricultural Experiment Station in the early 1980s. It was the first cold-tolerant seed-propagated bermudagrass variety developed and released in the United States.
And Guyman is available for our homeowners, I guess.
Guyman is available today. Guyman is a bit more coarse textured than we would wish for a high-quality turf bermudagrass, but as you can see from looking at this plot, it will suffice for at least general-purpose turf.
Well, how long has this plot been established?
This is the second year. These plots were established in spring last year.
Okay, and over to our right, you've got another one that you've just planted recently.
To the right is a new test, the same as this. Its purpose is to evaluate additional materials from our breeding program, Steve. We have a very comprehensive bermudagrass breeding program that is generating large numbers of experimental materials for testing. And basically, our objectives are to develop more reliable turf bermudagrass varieties for the homeowner and for other uses throughout Oklahoma.
Commercial uses as well.
Commercial uses as well, yes.
Golf courses, parks and recreation areas, I guess.
All of those things.
Okay.
And we're attempting to develop varieties that can be propagated or planted from seed, as well as varieties that will be propagated traditionally by vegetative cuttings or sod.
And right now, that's primarily the only ways that homeowners can establish a lawn is by the vegetative ways, primarily. I guess we've got some seeded common Bermuda that we're familiar with.
That is not well adapted to Oklahoma, nor the transition zone in general. So we're attempting to develop seed-propagated varieties that have the cold tolerance and adaptation for the transition zone.
How long will an experiment or research project like this go on before something is released?
At least 3 years, including the year of establishment, oftentimes longer than that.
Okay. How will this then benefit the homeowner? New varieties?
This is the testing phase. So the experimental strains that we're testing here will be eventually released as commercial varieties, and they will be available to homeowners, and they will be released on the basis of their utility to homeowners and for commercial uses as superior varieties in terms of adaptation and performance.
Right. Well, Dr. Taliaferro, we want to thank you for visiting with us on Oklahoma Gardening and giving us some ideas about research projects, and especially those that will benefit the homeowners. And also, the turf nursery and floriculture field day, like we're preparing for today, is also something that you, the homeowner, are invited to attend next year at this same time. You may want to get in touch with our horticulture department, especially if you're interested in finding out what goes on in those areas of research. And again, here on Oklahoma Gardening, we think it's real important to keep you up to date with some of these research projects that are going on.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.